Hi, good evening everyone. Welcome back to the brutal capitalist dictatorship of Kuala Lumpur. I'm very sorry, I meant to release this video earlier today. I thought I was going to finish it yesterday and release it today, but I've been so busy. So by the time I release it, it'll probably be the 10th of May, but it was actually meant to be released on the 9th of May, which is the Soviet Union Victory Day. Now, first of all, as I keep saying, I'm not a communist. Calling me a communist would be an insult to real communists. I don't believe I have a thorough enough knowledge of Marxism or Leninism to call myself a communist. Now, if you want to call me a socialist in the J.B. Priestley or Oscar Wilde sense, yes, I absolutely am a socialist. And I absolutely do believe that we need to have a radical redistribution of wealth and political power in society. But I'm not so sure I would identify as a Marxist, but in any case, I am most certainly a socialist. And so I just had to make that disclaimer clear so that, you guys don't call me a commie and I get into trouble with the Police Diraja Malaysia because, it's illegal to be a commie in Malaysia. But anyway, you don't have to be a communist to acknowledge the fact that anyone who loves freedom and hates fascism owes an unpayable debt to the brave men and women of the Soviet Union who gave their lives and who struggled against the tyrannical Nazi regime. And basically, today being 9th of May, when I'm recording this, in the late hours of the night, 9th of May, is the victory day of the real good guys during the Second World War. The real good guys who actually defeated the Nazis and cornered Hitler in his bunker. So remember guys, don't be a fascist because fascists are losers. Choose left wing always because guys on the right, you guys are losers. Right wingers, you guys are losers, okay? And yeah, so I'm going to sing to you the Soviet anthem, the Parti Socialist Malaysia, or the Socialist Party of Malaysia's version of the Soviet anthem. And basically this song was not written by me. I'm going to give credit to the original author. And this is basically the Malaysianized version of the Soviet anthem. Are you ready? Let's go. Petani pekerja pembina negara, mengapa pula hidupnya sengsara? Perasaan pencuri menyamun rezeki, rampaslah kembali yang kita punya. Marilah rakyat gabung naga, melawan nyaring sebulan suara. Cengkamlah erat kehendak hati, yang miskin papa penuh selera, yang sakit luka rawat percuma. Era sosialisme menanti. So you know how it feels like you're powerless against fascism when you see all the injustice and the destruction in the world around you? For example, you feel powerless when you see the cruel fascist imperialist regime of Israel slaughtering Palestinians en masse, and when you see wage labor being brutally exploited, and when you see workers being brutally exploited and crushed under the boot heel of capitalism, and you feel very, very frustrated. Well, I can assure you that every socialist in history, whether they were Marxists or not, must have felt this kind of frustration. The feeling that you just want to give up because, the enemy seems like an unwinnable foe. But remember, all reactionaries are paper tigers. Even Hitler, who seemed like an invincible monster, was crushed by the power of the Soviet Union, was crushed by a race of people that he deemed to be inferior and basically subhuman. So what I want to say is that in the fight for a more just and humane world, sometimes we feel that, we are being crushed and we can't win against the forces of reaction. Well, Victory Day is here to remind us that all tyrants throughout history, all reactionaries throughout history eventually fall. Slave masters fell, feudalists fell, and very soon the capitalists will fall on their own swords. So just again, I reiterate, the world owes an unpayable debt of gratitude to the Soviet Union that cannot be paid, and you do not need to be a communist in order to acknowledge this. So this Victory Day should serve as an inspiration to all of us socialists. It should serve as an inspiration to us never to give up. And even when the odds seem like they're against us, we must continue to persevere for the people. Because ultimately, it is the people who are the future of a country. Not the few in power, but the many who really create the basis of a society. But I just wanted to say that greed and materialism are short-term objectives. These cannot form the basis of a lasting society. More important are the values of generosity and compassion, and these are values that have sustained the human race for time immemorial. And history has shown us that no matter how invincible a tyrant may seem, they too are flesh and blood, and good will always triumph over evil in the end. Thank you very much, and good evening to you.